Anyway.
Before you bring, yes, I do.
Charlie,
I have some comments. This one says, good morning, Mama V. Roland. Good morning to you. I think freedom of expression, described in the Constitution, has now turned to freedom of assault. I challenge the court to bring back sanity to the society by using these two panelists as scapegoats. We in Fombese are preparing to meet the president today. Hooray! Bambaki Asamed and from Charlie Babakia. You know, we are here in Accra.
A very good morning to you, Bambakia.
We're here in Accra with the president, but we don't see him. You have the opportunity to see him. When you see him, extend our greetings to him.
Tell him thank you. Hi.
Thank you for the message. This one says, I'm inspired by your words this morning, and indeed, no one can make you happy until you make yourself happy.
Yeah, sure.
Fine Agboyi Isaac inside Cook Town saying, God bless you. God bless you too. It makes no sense that a machine would determine who gets to vote and who doesn't. Until the machines came, Ghanaians were voting. NPP are crying wolf too much. I signed with the EC. Shadow in Daboase having his say.
Shadow. I told you it's Shadow.
I said Shadow. It's Shadow.
Shadow.
Okay, cool. All right.
Shadow.
This one says, we mostly focus too much on our problems and lose sight of the solutions and the blessings of God. I'm so happy that I'm alive. I thank God for your lives, Mama V and Roland. We thank God for your life as well. Daniel in Swedro, thank you for the message this morning. Really appreciate it. MD Kwesima, hey, it's been a while. Good morning to you. And Danny in Akosombo as well. Good morning, Mama V Roland. A girl sat near me during JSS exams and virtually copied everything I wrote. Of course, I allowed. Shockingly, she got 22.5%, whilst I got 93%. I checked her paper and realized she copied all right, but spelled almost all the words wrongly. That's what the NDC is doing. They have all the resources at their disposal, but can't do anything worthwhile with it. So we have lots of money and resources, but sadly, Akodawap. I'm not sure I said this right. No, please read it. Just the end. Just the end. Where the tree is. Maybe if it was
Akoda bona na wabon.
Oh, okay, cool. I hear MD Kwesima. Thank you for your message. Next time, write it in ever. This one says, good morning to you. Honestly speaking, you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Hey, you always look like I'm not sure I got that, but
if you didn't get it, don't read.
Yes, but back on there, I think what is most essential. EC, no more changes. 2012 and known 2016. Ghana needs a rebirth and orientation. God have mercy for Ghanaians. And it's from Hamid from Wa Ti Amas with that message. More messages, but let's get into the newspapers.
Okay, so we're starting with the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Has on the front page, Cape Pride on MPP and NHIS voters. It says deletion not a guarantee for victory, and also inside Beneficent's father goes to the village. We say may so rest in peace, and there'll be a 1 week this weekend. We'll see how that goes, but also we have a lot more to think about in the stories there. Bombandi nominated, you know Bombandi.
Yes.
Dr. Bombandi has been nominated as Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister. Somebody wrote on Facebook, you know Facebook, they tell you too much. Somebody wrote that we have only less than 4 months to the election, and he's just coming to do what? What is he coming to add?
Yeah. People are also beginning to read certain meanings into mediations that he's done as one that boss in the past.
I think we've all talked. I think we've all talked to him, and I think he's one of the most effective people we had in his area of work as far as peace and security was concerned.
Well,
I mean, his political affiliations, I think we're all entitled to have our political affiliations. Yeah, so I don't think anybody has to hold it against him. But when he was doing his work, he was one of the best.
He was effective at it.
And I'm sure that even if he leaves politics or he decides not to be political in terms of being on the center stage in politics, he'll still do his work effectively.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's that much of a political person, is he?
No.
If you're called to hold a position as the Foreign Affairs Deputy Minister, it's almost like the work he's doing in the UN, kind of. I think it's just in the arena of peace building and that kind of diplomacy. And
well, this is Ghana,
sometimes,
man.
you know,
everything
we have
you
to.
do has...
Sometimes we have to allow people to serve. You know, during the time of George Bush, we had Jimmy Carter and the rest doing a lot of work. Even
Charlie,
Obama.
don't go there. Don't go there. Come home.
No,
Come home.
No, I'm trying to see how we can also have a certain orientation, because we're media and we need to make sure that supposing I serve.
We've got Ben Chambers, and he's a fantastic man. I mean,
I'm saying this because our political leaders, let's say we had the MPP leave office in 2008, and for all the good people we had, Hackman, Osuajim and all of them, we've never used them in statesmanship again. And so to the NDC, if they leave office, we have very good guys in the NDC, let's say Haruna Idrisu, all of them, they'll never be used. And we need to have a certain rethink as a country.
It's true.
So supposing I serve in an MPP government, and it means that I can't serve my country again when, let's say, my party leaves office, or I serve
because
in an
then
NDC
everybody
sees
the interpretation, even where sometimes it's very sad.
It's just too extreme when it comes to
even
the
now
polarity
people raise very important issues. They comment about state issues, and we see them as MPP NDC. So the views are just nothing.
Even in media, like what we do here, it depends on. If you don't know, and it's as if you're asking questions and people feel that you're tilting towards one direction.
And then they say you are this, you are that.
Whilst in your heart of heart, you know you're the most neutral of people. Anyway.
Let's do the Find the newspaper. Roland, this is reality. Industries cry over Dumso. They demand timetable. It comes with a picture of Solomon Kote, who's the ICU General Secretary. Land guards attack CSIR staff. And daughter, this is heartbreaking, daughter 24 dies during dad's funeral. That's really, really sad. Also, government releases some 600 million Ghana cedis to Electoral Commission. But let's start off the story with this very sad story in the Finder newspaper on page 4. A 24-year-old dying during her father's funeral. It says that a 24-year-old lady has collapsed while trying to board a taxi to the Thanksgiving service of her father, who was buried on Saturday, July 3, 2016. She was rushed to the Escado Government Hospital by the mother in the same taxi, but was pronounced dead on arrival. The deceased, Selina Mensah, aka Mami Ekia Akraba, had stopped the taxi together with her mom, Josephine Amoa, also known as Mami Esi number 4, at Mempasem, a suburb of Second D in the Western region. They were on their way to St. Mark's Anglican Church at Escado, where a Thanksgiving service for her late father, Robert Mensah, who was 57, was being held on Sunday, July 3, 2016, when the sad incident occurred. This is really, really sad. I hope that her soul rests in peace. And let's get to page 2 on this industry story. And it says that industries in Ghana say the failure of Ghana Grid Company to publish a load shedding timetable has made planning difficult, throwing their production circles out of gear. Mr. Solomon Kote, the General Secretary of the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, the umbrella body for industries, told the Finder that the union is inundated with complaints from its members that the situation is negatively impacting their operations. A lot of areas here in Accra experiencing blackouts. We don't have a load shedding timetable, so you never know when you're going to go off. And now industries are complaining. No, we don't have a load shedding timetable. It just goes out indiscriminately. Yes. But I think a huge problem. When was the holiday? Last Wednesday, the president said that they were not going to declare Dumso. They were not going to declare Dumso. So I don't know if that's the reason we still don't have a timetable. But it's not heading. Areas experience blackouts. So what's the plan? Shouldn't we know anything?
The thing is, if we were just experiencing blackouts for an hour or 2, that would be understandable. 3, or even 4.
Once in a while. But if it's consistent.
Yeah, but even if it's, let's say, every day you get it only 1 hour or 2 hours, you know that maybe these are problems you're having, and then you have it the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But this one, you can have it for the whole day.
Yeah.
Well, front page of the Ghanaian Times has a story. Police swoop on criminals, 28 arrested with guns, cocaine retrieved in the process. We also have President nominate Bombande, others for ministerial positions, and NMC to ensure high professional practice in media. But we also have MPP raising concerns about November 7 polls dates, because some of those concerns were the fact that, well, they thought the Electoral Commission was not really ready for the elections. But out there we have Fantastic Four of the Muntie FM.
Did they say Fantastic Four?
No, I'm giving the Fantastic.
Okay,
you know,
cool.
there's a movie called Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one, I think we have to call it Contemptuous Four.
Well, we'll see.
Contemptuous Four. Muntie FM contemnors face Supreme Court today, and so
I don't know. You know why I'm excited? Not about their comments or about their appearance. It's just the atmosphere. It's just, you know, like, do you want to go through that?
I think they'll go through.
You want to go through that?
They have to go through.
I don't know. Charlie, it can be so demeaning. You are standing there, you are nobody, you are not seen.
Shall I do the Daily Graphic? Let me do the
front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. NMC vows to sanitize airwaves, Shrash writes to President over Ford expedition gifts. We know that they are investigating this incident. This year's polls, parties agree on November 7, but question readiness of Electoral Commission. Muntie FM faces Supreme Court today. Back page, President Mahama cut sword for Bolga Boko, Puli Makum Road. I hope I don't start getting messages about the pronunciation of this, but these are the headlines when you grab the front and back page in the Daily Graphic newspaper today.
Okay, so we have front page of the Daily Guide. I took Abacha's $2 million story attributed to Rawlings, and we know that the Nigerian newspaper was in Ghana to conduct an interview, and he said a number of things.
Yeah. For
example, one about Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo received massive air or media coverage on Monday. On Monday.
So we're serializing the conversation.
And then towards the end of yesterday, it was about 2 million Ghana cedis.
Like I took 2 million, not 5 million.
Yeah, it says, and I can imagine. You know, I took.
But you've got to read the story because, I mean, it doesn't exactly mean...
EC is not ready for November 7 polls. Muntie FM owners storm Supreme Court, but center spread. It's where I want to tell. One newspaper over the weekend. You know all this beef that Sarkodie and Manifest started. Then there was a song by one of the best dancehall artists I love, Samini. Batman Samini used to be called Batman. Then he had this song called Vextra. I really love the song though. Then Shatawale tweeted, because I'm very sometimes I'm very active on Twitter. Then Shatawale tweeted, and so I want to find a tweet for you. It says, "Oh, at Samini Dagati, you the warrior. Oh, why the beef? You know chop finish. Why the beef? You know chop finish. Okay, I they come."
These two.
And then I mean, it was so cocky and so interesting on Twitter because I had to retweet this. And he says, "Oh,
the rappers,
Samini,
Samini,
you don't worry."
The rappers took center stage, and now that's what people won't come take their thing.
Oh, I shock self.
What are the high lifers, eh? Nah. Let's do the Chronicle, front page of the Chronicle.
There's no beef they can pick with each other.
Floating chief denied royal burial. Bahama must defend judges as he does for EC. That's a story attributed to the NPP. No EC show at Parliamentary Public Forum, but we know that they are appearing on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Roland, you take us.
So we'll take ourselves through the online portals. Major Online. Okay, Fred decided to give us only the newspaper. He's now going for the page.
So let me read some messages.
As he does that, we read messages.
Yeah. This one says, Mama V, I understand why Mugabe is playing the tribal card when he was summoned by the Supreme Court for comments he made about the Supreme Court. And I'll jump and come down. I feel Mugabe has a godfather. Otherwise, he could not continue to tout the Supreme Court. Heavyweights like Sir John was torn to shreds by the Supreme Court. There's a showdown in the Supreme Court today. I'm excited about it. What's the essence? These new appointments made by the president, Jeff from Ho, and this is in relation to the appointment of the Deputy Foreign Affairs.
So we have to go online, and there are some stories there. You want us to quickly look. It talks about a review of a movie, Amachi and Dede. I wish that it would be on the stands. I'll buy and watch. I heard it was interesting. I didn't go to any of the premieres. Not that I go to movie premieres, though. 99% of school counselors are non-professionals, according to an expert. Next story. Fred. Government releases 600 million Ghana cedis or 600 million cedis to EC for elections. Ghana cedis, should be Ghana cedis. We have CPP constituency chairman vows to cause defeat of party. Next story. Then we have MPP does not hate residents of Zongo communities. A story attributed to Nana Dankwe Kufuado, who is touring, I believe, the Bonafo region currently. And I know yesterday Mahmoud Baumia was in the central region. EC officers to be jailed, fined in November elections, and it's part of the law. Next story. Aviation workers strike to hit international operations. Is it still continuing? I thought it had stopped. Okay, so we go to the BBC page straight away. If we can, BBC page straight away. U.S. condemns South Sudan bloodshed. Look at the U.S. condemning. They are not condemning the police people who are killing the blacks in the U.S. Well, it's a concern there, though. South Africa twins charged with terrorism. And then we have other stories. Ethiopia blocking social media for exams. Well, we want to block it for
elections.
I don't think.
We're not considering that anymore.
Kenya doctors gave great athletes banned drugs.
Yeah.
And then you get to my right side, we have 9 dead. We have South Sudan's Day of Clashes. SAB's order to end censorship, and Leicester signed Musa for a record, how many? 60 million pounds. And talking about that in sports, Musa, he only runs on the field, I believe. He played for something Moscow. CSK Moscow. Okay.
And that's the voice of Akwesi Dankwa, who's here to give us sports.
Akwesi Dankwa, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm great.
Yeah, nice.
Anything interesting you want to give us?
Well, look,
if it's not just
which local team do you support?
Kotoko. It's the best team. Seriously.
I'm hard saying, but I can't say
Kotoko is the best team we have.
Why?
Maybe Kwando Hearts of Lions.
Kotoko is the best team. When was the last time?
Or Liberty Professionals.
We won the league a season ago.
Yeah. You know.
Kotoko.
Very well.
History.
Yeah.
I know very well. Just before you take over, Ato Kwamena in secondary says, please tell Roland that I can feel the pain with which he's talking about the way we waste resources, most especially our human resources. But I promise him it will not change because our leaders only think of their respective parties, but generally not about us, the people. Ato Kwamena in secondary, thanks for the message.
Ato Kwamena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over to you. Akwesi Dankwa Benedict Owusu. What's up?
Why do you always want to call me Akwesi Dankwa when that name
is defunct? It's a defunct name.
Oh, Akwesi.
I have a cool relation.
No, when you meet me in the house, you can call me Akwesi Dankwa.
I'm a family member, so.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So what do you have?
Well, a lot. We are talking about Accra Heartful. The Akui Sergio Tragol. He's
called what?
Sergio Tragol. Kenichi Yasuashi.
He's from the where?
He's from Portugal.
Kenichi
Yasuashi is out, and they have Sergio Tragol. So yesterday I was helping some Accra Heartful.
Do they have a problem picking coaches with good names? What's that? Kenichi Yasuhashi.
But that's a good name. What do you mean by what you just said? This is a good name.
It's a nice name, just like your name, Roland Walker.
Considering he's coming from a place where they are European champions, I mean, that's a big deal.
Portugal.
Your name sounds like a white man, so I'm sure when you go somewhere.
How did they get to win the European? Anyway, let's go. What else do you have?
Apart from that as well, we are talking about clubs preparing for the new season in England, Manchester United. We'll talk about Liverpool as well, your game club, and maybe Chelsea. Your team Chelsea as well. Because
Chelsea.
If I don't
think we'll win the league. We won't win anything actually.
No.
Because the players we have, and we're not buying more.
Stop consoling yourself.
This season we're not going to win anything. Maybe
we're not going to win. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Manchester United can win something, but the Carling Cup or FA Cup, not the
really?
Manchester?
Really?
No, of course, Manchester United.
Fred, let him clear off.
I think Manchester can win something.
So let's go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll give you details of all those stories.